Welcome to this week's episode of Beyond the Guy with Ryan. I almost said Ryan and Kai. That's your husband. But it rhymes.
Ryan not here today.
Ryan and Greg, yes. We're at my apartment again. That's all I'll say about that. But update, it's still Pride Month, and so, or Pride Month, if people say it that way. I wore my work Pride shirt that I wore to the parade, and so we're going to talk about that today. Yes. And then I'm going to take these off now, but this was my outfit at Pride.
I think I'm in a different outfit, but to be honest, I don't remember what I wore to Pride.
You went to the festival, yeah?
I went to the festival. I did not do the parade. I am not
because we learned,
person, as you all know.
He does not do parades. Sorry, I'm going to just turn my microphone for a second here. Okay.
But yeah, the festival, I enjoyed it.
How was your Pride?
Oh,
can we see this? Should I move this?
No, you can't see it. You're fine. No, admittedly, the Pride Festival was a bit smaller than the last time I went, and it's been like 2 or 3 years since I've gone to Salt Lake Pride. But yeah, it was just like, it was a little smaller. I don't know. There weren't as many vendors and things around, and the ones that were mostly corporate, so they're not tables I really care to hit up.
Yeah. So I didn't go to the festival. I wish I had. My girlfriend and I, Kenzie, we didn't really plan very well. So we went to the parade for like my work thing. I had a great time. I'll talk about that in a second. But I was like, oh, I should have planned this better so we could have gone to the festival with you after or something. But you were also busy that weekend because of baby.
Yeah.
Not your baby, but a baby.
My nephew was born. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but so you're saying that like there's. So with Pride, there's lots of like corporate sponsors.
Yeah. Which like, great. That helps with the funding of it all. So that's wonderful.
Well, and here's my feelings. Corporations, I feel like it used to be like kind of popular for corporations to be Pride. Maybe back in the 2000s, like 2010s, like after gay marriage was legal, like 2016, 17, 18, even like 2021, it was like, yeah. And now I feel like they're like, okay, they're all dying off. Like I don't see them even at where I work. Not where I work, but like people I work with. I've noticed that like it's just a bunch of ass kissers. I feel like who like because I'll say this: we had a boss that was a lesbian. And so of course everyone had like this symbol in their email, and then all of a sudden she's not our boss anymore, and they've all changed it back.
Crazy.
And they all used to go to Pride, and like so I went this year, and none of those same people are there anymore. I'm like, crazy. Wow, they really were just trying to kiss
just
ass.
Performative.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know whether you're like actively supporting or not. Like, I would hope that you're not like a bigot, but
on a scale of bigot to ally.
Yeah. And like, I don't like the representation I always think is good, but I also like, I see marketing schemes for what they are. Yeah. So like when I see a Pride symbol, it doesn't make me any more likely to shop there. I'm like, likely, I mean, like, I don't know, but likely your finances aren't just 100% supportive anyway. So
yeah. If anything, I know we put up, I purposely put up posters like on our advertising for Pride Month. I also just love a decoration. Like every month, I'll just change it up. Like,
well, and I will say the tough thing about Pride decorations is that they're all rainbow.
You don't like the rainbow?
I don't like rainbows. I mean, like actual rainbows, sure,
Skittles
but like
would be so upset with you.
Who?
Skittles. Taste the rainbow.
Which actually, I always did love Skittles, but as I've been trying to be more health conscious about the ingredients in my food, I stopped eating them. So if they could just make them like they do in Europe, then I would eat them.
Yeah.
But
I don't like Skittles. I don't like fruity candy, which does sound homophobic.
Interesting. I was like, I love chewy fruity candy. Yeah. But I love all sugars. So
wait, sorry.
Except for a tres leches cake, which is a swamp.
Wow. You heard it here, guys.
Yeah.
Tres leches.
Also cheesecake.
Okay.
Barfazilla.
I'm getting so distracted. So I have the Pride lights. You're just switching colors. How did you do that?
Oh, I thought I did the same thing as you.
No. I'm just staying that way.
It's a different kind of pride over
I
here.
guess. They just knew. They're like, this is radiating gay. We need to be flashy.
I learn something new about these mics every time we use them.
Yeah. We learned one time that how to mute them, and
If
that
there's
one
anything to know about us, it's our tech savvy rating is like a 4 out of 10. So
well, and to be fair, it's 4 out of 10 because I think you're a 6 and I'm a -2. So that's how it's.
I raised the average.
Yes.
In fairness, I work for a tech company, so
I do
that
not.
helps me learn, I guess,
I work for a bank.
minimally.
Yes. I will say, okay, I'll say this about like corporate sponsorships and whatever. When I found out that my gay best friend was abandoning me at a parade, I did think, I was like, is this like a straight guilt parade? Is it like it's the gay parade, but is it really the straight guilt parade?
No, some gay people love parades.
Yeah,
though.
so a lot of gay people were there. A lot of gay people were there, but it was really exciting. And like we had that huge flag, which can you have the flag? Can you guys see this flag?
I think they can.
Okay, I
I think
picked it
it's
up.
in the shot.
I picked that up off the ground, so you probably have diseases now. Sorry.
That's all right. I touched your black mold scriptures a few weeks ago.
Yes.
I survived that.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. Okay, so here's okay, I'll talk about my experience. So we get there. First favorite thing, there was a girl with a full-on parrot on her arm. And I love how inclusive the parade people were, because there was this float, which I think it was like a barbecue float. Who knows? But they were playing great music. And I swear she did not know them. But she walked up to them with a parrot, and they're like, get up here. Because all of a sudden she was on that float, like dancing with her parrot. And I'm like, oh, so inclusive. But like she knows, she was like, I'll bring this parrot and I'll get on the best float.
Well, honestly, smart. Like, honestly, this is making me think. Like, if you ever want to get kind of like more VIP treatment at something, just like show up with a puppy.
Make people want you to be a part of that.
Yeah. So I'll bring Milo to the Hillary Duff concert next month.
Yes, do it. Totally do it. Another thing, that was my first like cool experience. Bad experience is the people handing out taffy. Stop it. There was so much taffy all over the ground, and I stepped in it twice. And I thought it was a huge piece of gum, but I had it stuck at the bottom. Like I could feel it,
It almost has the texture of gum.
Yes, it was like I felt like it was a cartoon where your foot got stuck on the ground because of the taffy. Disgusting. So stop handing out taffy.
Honestly, to me, it seems like if you were doing your job well, you would only be throwing it to where people are clearly picking it up,
right?
Not just like wherever someone will find this and be happy. No one's gonna eat a random piece of candy they found on the ground unless they know it came from the parade.
Exactly.
And they saw it hit the ground.
So I was mortified because it happened twice to me.
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
Taffy. And it was I don't know how the wrapper it was stuck to my shoe, and it was like yeah.
And I love my shoes, so I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I think that's still. I tried to scrape us off as much as possible, but it was obnoxious. But so we start to walk with the flag, and the flag was huge, so there was like space between me and my girlfriend came, and we're just like, and I found that flag on the ground. I was like, woo! People were so excited.
What was your placement in the parade then?
We were the end. We ended the parade with that huge
that giant flag.
With a giant
Nice.
pride flag. I think the trans flag started it. The pride flag ended it. That's
cool.
what. Yeah. So we're there. We were also there with a church. Oh gosh, I should have remembered their name, but I thought that was cool. It was like a Christian Baptist, not Baptist.
It is cool that there are some more like progressive, like Christian churches. And I mean, maybe I don't know if they're progressive non-Christian. I don't know a lot about churches, but but I know in Salt Lake there are some like progressive, like Christian churches out there. And that's kind of cool.
Well, I just thought it was like, I don't know, like the Mormon church. I know you guys don't believe in gay marriage, which is a problem in and of itself, but you can support. It's in Salt Lake City. You guys own the city. Just be here.
Real.
Just say like, we don't hate you. You claim you don't
Which
hate them.
supposedly, you're right. Like,
so like, just show up. Like,
right.
Oh, but then there was my favorite guy was there was a gay Jesus. He was on a Segway, and the Segway was a cross, and he had the rainbow sash, but he was dressed like Jesus.
So good.
Yeah.
Adam dressed up as Jesus for Halloween one year, which honestly was so good because his hair worked so perfectly with it.
Adam, yes,
Yeah.
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 So we're starting to walk and everyone's excited. The only time I got a little freaked out was there was someone who yelled at us. And I don't know if I thought I looked happy, but she was like, "Hold the flag with pride." And I was like,
What you don't know is that pride actually looks like repression.
they're really angry. And I was like holding a flag and high fiving people. A part of me was like, they're all shouting for you, which I like to think they're shouting for like me. And I was like,
Weird. It's like you're a theater kid.
I love this. I'm like, yes, I have arrived, and you guys have been waiting for me.
this.
Well, then the next funniest part was the guy behind me, who was apparently one of my coworkers from another branch. She's the most soft-spoken, quiet woman ever, and her husband was there, and her husband was not, and he was like, "Yeah, let's hear it. I don't hear your pride." And every time he'd come by, everyone was like, "Wow!" Like, it was hilarious.
I love it.
So we're walking.
Some people are just contagious energy.
I know. I was happy because I'm not that person. I'm the worst audience member. I love stuff, and I'm just like keep it in. I don't like to clap.
I'm the same way.
I don't cheer. I don't shout. Which I'm like.
I'm a
It's not because I don't like it.
non-participator.
It's not because I don't like it. It's because I'm mostly just like, oh yay.
Like I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. I smile, but they're like. So as a theater kid, I had to learn to like fake cheer. It's not natural for me.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah. But anyway, so we're walking down the Pride Parade, and then Kinsey and I are a couple spaces apart because that flag was huge, and so we needed to spread out. But then people just come in. There was like, is this offensive if I say a granola lesbian couple?
No, I feel like
I said it. So it's what I'm thinking.
I
but-
feel like that is like a descriptor.
Okay,
so.
cool. So this granola lesbian couple just walked right in. One had a dog, and then, but they split me and Kensley up, and they were fantastic. They were just like, we're a part of this now, and they started walking with us.
Oh my gosh.
With
so
their
good.
dog and like and then people were throwing money in, and someone threw their cell phone in. I don't know what they were trying to get with that. Yeah, and people were excited, and then someone tried to offer us donuts, which I wanted, but I was like, probably shouldn't. And then anyway, I had a
Sure,
great
they'll take
time.
food from randos.
Yeah. But it wasn't that long. I think the longest thing was like the setup because we were last, so we kind of just had to wait there until our turn. Once we walked, it really wasn't that long, and it was very enjoyable on a Sunday morning, and it was nice outside.
Nice.
So I would say
it dropped 20 degrees that day from the day before. We went to the festival the day before. And
it was hot. Okay.
Yeah, it was I think 90 degrees, and it dropped to 68.
Maybe
the next
God-
Day. So yeah.
Maybe God was trying to tell you something, Ryan, that you should have gone to the parade.
Oh, I can't.
The gay gods, whatever they are.
I kept thinking about it, and I was like, does it make me a hypocrite, or does it mean that I'm like giving up on my standards?
No, I get it. Like, if you don't like a parade, you don't like a parade. I always think of that Modern Family
don't like
episode
it.
where they try to get. He tries to guilt him for not being political. And he's like, all of a sudden you're political. We go out of town on Pride to avoid crowds.
Which honestly, I could totally see myself doing. Like,
Yeah. But overall, I didn't feel like a straight guilt parade. It felt like an actual Pride parade. And I
Nice.
I'm glad that my company supports it. And I'm glad that I could support Carlos. So he's my coworker that is gay. So he was really trying to get us more involved. And we've been more involved. Like last year, I think 4 people from our company went. And this year we had like 30. So I was really happy.
That is cool.
I like to show support in any way I can.
My, I do like to show support, but not, I wouldn't say in any way I can.
Okay.
I like to pick and choose because I don't want to go to the parade. So,
Well, and I think like that's fair. I think I'm just beginning to show support. So you're like, I've been showing support for years.
I'm like, I go to the festival, but also like I've gone to the gala before, but like someone's invited me because they've bought a table.
Is it?
And
Sorry, keep going.
gala.
I pronounce it gala, but I'm like, did you say that on purpose? Because it gala?
Okay, I wondered if people were doing the same thing. I've heard it pronounced both ways.
Okay.
I don't know if it's like an either or situation, like data, or if I literally have no idea.
Is it supposed to be more gay if it's a gala?
Well, that's why I specifically like to call this one gala, but I normally call them all galas.
Galas. Okay. The Met Gala, the Pride Gala.
But I had so much fun at it, and so maybe I'm thinking like maybe next year, like maybe we're finally at a place where we can afford to buy a table, because you can just buy tickets and then you're assigned to a table, but you can buy a table and then invite your own 8 guests. Like,
for what? I don't get it. What's a gala?
So the one that I'm talking about is for the Pride. The Pride Center puts it on. They take donations to help like fund it. It's usually before Pride, but like I think it's in the month of May, like leading up to it. And when I went, they did like a silent auction. Then they had a bunch of like prominent people in the community speak at it, and it was just like a fundraising event. But they serve you like a 5-course dinner, and there's drinks, and it's just a fun time. Yeah. And it was my first like real silent auction, so that was cool.
So like the Met Gala, it's a gala.
Yeah.
A gala. Okay, I guess I just don't really know what galas are, but
yeah. So I don't know what the tables cost anymore, but like when I looked like 5 years ago, it was like $1,000.
Here I am thinking a table like you would set up like a table like you're selling something.
No.
I was like why would you sell?
No. You get like a table and then you can invite your own guests or whatever. And so
okay,
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, someday.
Maybe next year.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Back to Salt Lake though, and the church. Something else that came out recently was, did you hear that I guess the government came up with like an official list of like religions, and I think it's whatever. The reason why they did that is unknown to me. I think it has something to do with control.
Is it all religions, or was it just a list of Christian?
No, it's a lot of religions.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of religions. I think it's supposed to be like
there's just like a Christian category.
Like what the no, it literally would have like Christian, like, and then like
sub bullet point.
Yeah. What is it? Colon. This thing. Christian colon, and then it'd be like Baptist, you know? And I think it has something to do with control, about like they want to actually like these are what the government recognizes as religions, which you know why, but with
asterisk next to the preferred religion.
Yes. But the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Mormon Church, was not in the Christian category, and they got pissed.
I have seen some of that online.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts?
I mean, I was always raised that Mormons were Christian, because they believe in Christ.
Yeah.
Are there other definitions?
Remember, I believe in
literally
Christ.
The worst hymn we sang in the MTC, because
we already talked about it on
different.
Here. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's funny that they were left off. I personally see them as Christian, but then like I don't know if
so you see Mormons as Christian.
I do. I see it as just a branch of Christianity. As I see, I mean, like as I would say about Baptists or Jehovah's Witness, or you know, like
are Jehovah's Witness considered Christian?
I mean, they believe in Christ. So.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I mean, like, but like, here's what I found out, because I grew up in like Virginia, and I worked for Christian Youth Theater for a long time. And there was always debates, and I had a really close friend that was like, "You guys aren't Christian," and I was like, "What?" And that was the first time I'd ever heard it, and it just kind of like threw me off. And I through a lot of years of like thinking about it, I was like, "Oh, I think people just define Christian differently," and I think Mormons, at least the way I always thought of it, was people who believe in Christ as their savior.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people do believe that, and even Christians. Like that, like maybe don't believe Mormons are Christian, still believe that. But I think what really gets people is the Book of Mormon. I think people who believe Christ is their savior and no one else, not even Joseph Smith. Like it's kind of like people who believe in the Bible and Christ. And if you believe in anything more, you're not a real Christian.
That's funny, because I actually thought one of the main differentiators might be the Trinity, because Mormons believe they're 3 separate beings, whereas most people who believe in the Trinity believe that like they're one and the same.
Right. Are we the only religion that believes there are 3 different beings?
It's the only one I know of.
Oh.
I don't know if
Should I look
there
that
are
up?
others.
I'm gonna look that up.
Maybe they're just not as prominent, or they're like, because you know how there's so many just like community Christian church, and it's not like it's like a global organization. It's just
Right.
like this
First-
rando,
First Christian church. You're like,
which is usually
How are
how
you the
like some of
first?
these more progressive ones
Yeah.
exist. They're just like, we're a community church,
Yeah.
and like, yeah.
what churches believe? So it says here, churches that believe Jesus and God are completely separate beings rather than one unified essence are known as non-Trinitarians. While traditional Christianity holds that God is a Trinity. Oh, so there we go.
So that is probably part of it.
So that is probably part of... Yes. I just repeated what you said. The Father is supreme being and Jesus is a distinct subordinate entity. And then the first one, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Jehovah's Witness. They explicitly reject the Trinity. Oh. Jehovah's Witness believe that Jesus is the Son of God and distinct...
Oh, so they're like the Mormons.
Yeah, which makes sense.
my
We're both
God.
pretty intense.
Two of my best friends growing up were Jehovah's Witnesses.
One of...
Although we didn't really talk religions.
Did I tell you that, like, okay, sorry, ADHD brain. Finish one thing and then go on to the other. It's my mantra I have to tell myself constantly. So Jehovah's Witness, Unitarian Christianity, also known as Biblical Unitarians, these Christians reject the Trinity and view God as one undivided being. Wait, undivided being. Does the Trinity mean they believe... No, the Trinity means they believe one being.
Yeah, one being is undivided, right?
But this one just says that they reject the Trinity and view God as one undivided being. So that's
That
contradictory.
seems like they would be into the Trinity, right?
Yeah, whatever. Anywho, so that makes sense that the Mormons... So Mormons, the reason why people don't think that you or we, whatever... are Christians is because we believe in Jesus being different. I also think it has to do with the Book of Mormon. And I will say, I don't know about you, but I think from the outside in, people really think that the Mormons worship Joseph Smith. And I never got that vibe going to church. Like having,
I didn't either.
Yeah, it is just, I mean, it is an important part of the history and like, it comes up because it's like, why do you exist as a church? Let me tell you why. But we never, ever had like.
I mean, we rarely talked about him specifically.
Yeah.
Like,
but then there are some weird songs. And the Book of Mormon is out there. Anyway, that's for another episode. The Book of Mormon story songs. Book of Mormon
oh
stories.
yeah. Few little racist hand
Yes.
signs.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so Mormons, don't be so angry. It's not giving
It's
good.
gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Plus, you love being different.
Yeah.
You're individualistic. That's so American of you.
Yes.
All American prophet.
But I think I do personally consider Mormons Christian, like because I do believe in Christ. as our
I
Savior.
also, yeah, I don't know.
And
I guess if the Trinity is the deciding factor, but to me, like at the end of the day, is it really like as far as like the beliefs go, it's not that different. So you believe that God and Jesus are separate, or you believe they're the same thing. Okay, but then everything outside what the teachings are the same. So who cares?
I guess it is interesting how we've been like taught a certain way, and that's like embedded in us. Like, so the idea that God and Christ are the same completely changes my mind view. I'm like, is God just like it's like a performer? He's like, I'm gonna come be Jesus for
Right.
you.
He's like, I'm gonna just like put on this skin suit for a minute.
Let me go be Jesus for like 33 years. It's like he just was bored one weekend. That's the equivalent to his life. It's like
It
a
is
weekend.
very true though, like how that changes your perspective on so much. Because there are like things I just remember being told specifically, like, well, would it make sense that he asked like he prayed to himself? Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Like
That's what Mormons say. Like, why would he pray to himself?
yeah.
I'm like, well,
Look,
I talk to myself
all
all
the
the time. Clearly,
literally as I'm walking through the grocery store. Like
my favorite comedian talks about. I think he's an ex-Mormon comedian. He's like, Mormon God is like, he gives like divorced dad energy. And if you believe in the Mormon doctrine, it makes sense because the Mormon doctrine believes that all of us become gods. So this God is just like a bitter God who hates women. And he's like, well, you have a heavenly mother, but we don't talk about her. Like, I'll acknowledge her existence, but no, we don't.
Seen but not heard.
Yes. Also, he's bitterness. He's like, only men get the priesthood in my world.
Oh my gosh. I would love if we get our own worlds. Wouldn't that be nice?
Can you imagine what if like that? So let's say that is true, and like ours is just a bitter divorced dad, and other worlds have like women gods. Like, how much better would life be?
Or like magic.
and dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we in such a boring world?
Have you seen like these clips that are like, what would happen if all men disappeared? And basically the world would just, if all women disappeared, the world would just kind of disappear in a couple decades because women would be gone.
Yeah.
And men would start wars and men would be angry and the world would just dissipate. But they're like, then there's another video that's like, what if men disappeared? And like, the world would thrive. Like, women would be able
It'd be
to.
like an intergalactic, like, association.
Yes. And then, like, they would be able to, like productively reserve the sperm banks and, like, create life again. And it would continue on under their leadership. And then new boys that were born would be under women's leadership and could learn how emotional intelligence. I was like, oh. I think that's true.
I could definitely see it being true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It is funny. I don't know. Like, I've like some people obviously like more misogynistic comments, but like of like women can't because like they have a period and they're hysterical a quarter of the month, whatever. But it's like, but men are crazy. They're so impulsive. They just like in their egos.
It's ego. It's like
pride, man.
To me, it's interesting learning about history. Like World War I started because it was just a giant pissing contest. Like it was like because World War II is like, okay, yeah, Hitler, we get it. Like I mean,
there was someone at the center of this.
There was someone at the center of it, but like World War I was just a giant misunderstanding. Because, I mean, I guess the Archduke Ferdinand was assassinated, but it was kind of like this country said that they'd support that country, but then that country didn't support this country, but this country supported this country. So when their Duke was assassinated, it made a chain event of like, oh, I guess
dominoes.
I guess we have to go to war now. Like no one was like, if there was a woman involved, they would be like, guys, how about we don't have a world war? And we sit at a table and talk it through.
Why don't we start with, why was he assassinated?
Yes. Let's talk about the underlying emotions of why we feel the way we feel.
What are the motives here?
Yes. Let's talk this.
How did the people feel? Did they like that he was assassinated?
Yes. Yeah. And then like, who, the assassinator? What is this? What's the deeper reason for you killing people?
Like, the market research just wasn't there yet.
Yeah. Mental health was not a thing.
We weren't polling the people.
Yes. I'm like, we started a world war over just a chain. It was just like a frat house pact. They're like, what? But
okay, to shift gears a little, but to still touch on something you said a little earlier about like being a non-participator, like you just enjoy something internally, but like you're not like clapping along or whatever, right?
Wait, when did I say that?
We talked about that during the Pride. We were talking about the Pride.
Oh,
show.
yes. Yeah. Like I'm a bad audience member.
Yes. Or what I call a good audience member.
It depends, I guess, on what you're seeing.
It cracks me up because I'm also not one to participate like in general audience, unless like if I'm at a concert and the person is like getting people to clap, then sure, like I might clap along for like a minute, but I'm not gonna do it the whole song. Mm-hmm. But we recently have gone to a few local theater shows.
We support local theater. Finally.
And we just most recently we saw Fiddler on the Roof.
Yes.
And my husband started clapping along to one of the songs. And I was like,
I didn't catch that.
yeah. Well, because some people in the room started clapping along and I was like, this is theater. They are performing. We are not clapping. But it just made me laugh because I was like, it's so endearing. Like he just like, oh, we're all like we're excited and we're participating. But that's not my mindset. My mindset is they're like, because in the show it might have been at like during like the wedding scene. And so like they're like clapping and dancing.
It does
like,
give a clap
They
vibe.
are right. But we're not part of the show. We are not participating in this, is my mindset. But I just watch him and I'm like, so cute.
Can I tell you a secret though? For the most part, the performers on the stage like for you to do stuff like that.
Really?
Like, it tells them.
Okay.
I can't tell you how many times. I used to work at a dinner theater and we did Wednesday matinees, which was just known for like the retirement homes would come to the Wednesday matinees, and you do like you're like
that's all who was at our show.
Everyone over 60. But we would do like a big dinner, like you're exerting so much energy into this performance, and you end it and you see people like sleeping, and you're like, oh my gosh. So I think like theater etiquette. Obviously, well, let's get into etiquette, but I think clapping and cheering is encouraged in theater.
Okay.
As a ballroom student too, like we would at ballroom concerts and dance concerts, we would love a rowdy audience, but rowdy to support, not freaking talking. Every time there's a scene change, women, the woman and her mom beside me, don't talk. Like, can you imagine? It's just
Well, you told them.
I try not to. I get so irritated by it. This happens at like the movie theaters too. I'm like, Greg, just wait it out. There's no possible way they're gonna talk during the whole movie. They just need to get out. Like it's like the movie's just. I give it the first scene usually. I'm like the first scene. If they are still talking to the second scene, like tell them. But I can't help but but it builds up, so it's not polite. I'm like, could you stop? Like it just like. Why? Like, why? Anyway, so with these women, the problem with them is that they did stop, but then they would start again, and they would stop, and then they would start again. Like every scene change was like, I didn't realize that. And she's like, yeah, that guy was. I saw him, and I'm like, okay, Craig, it's fine. Until finally the wedding scene, they were just talking during the scene. They're like, that dancer over there. And yeah, I know that. And I'm just like hearing this as I'm trying to watch the show. So I like lean into them and I go, could you stop talking? And they look at me shocked as if like, oh, I can't believe you can hear us. I'm sitting right next to you. Everyone can hear you. And I'm just like, and everyone in Utah is way too polite. Like they don't honk their horns when people break laws.
Yeah.
They're just
sit at a green light.
like they don't believe. And it has to do with like the contention is of the devil. No, it's not. It's necessary. Like it was just so irritating.
Well, I love that after the second or the first act, when they came out for the second one, they moved a seat over.
Yes. And they didn't talk because I do this passive aggressive thing where I just like look at them when they're talking and make eye contact with them. But sometimes people are so oblivious they can't even notice that I'm like every time they talk I look at them like as a
So
hey, I can hear you, stop. And it's super passive aggressive, but what I mean I will get aggressive if you want, which I did.
And I agree that it's annoying.
That's so annoying.
I think I usually don't end up saying something because I actually think I'm just really good at ignoring people.
I cannot. I cannot. And I just like I have to calm down. Sometimes I'm at a movie that I don't even really I like going to the movies, and I'm at a movie that let's say it's my second time seeing it, or this one in particular I'm going because someone else wanted to go. I don't really even care. And someone will be talking and I'll have to be like, Greg, you don't even care about this movie. Just be okay with them chattering.
It's the principle of the matter.
I don't know why I need to work on my anger, but it just gets to me. And it's because I think of it as like, this is my place to escape the world. And like, I think movies are wonderful. Movie theaters in particular are such a great place to like get lost and into it. And someone chattering beside you just brings you back to the real world constantly.
Was your house pretty quiet growing up as the youngest child?
My house quiet? No.
No. Okay.
Was my house quiet?
Yeah. Was the house you grew up in? Was it pretty quiet since you were the youngest child? No.
No.
Okay. I was just curious.
What do you mean by being? Like, I had 7 siblings. Oh, you mean when they like moved?
But like as I started moving out, like was the house pretty quiet? Because like I grew up in a house that was like loud always because my mom ran a daycare out of our home, and so I think I just got really good at like I can literally sit in a room full of people and just like tune everyone out.
I mean, growing up, my house was not quiet. But yeah, the thing about being the youngest is it changes. And I went to my elementary school, didn't have walls. So it was literally like a giant room. Like imagine like a giant warehouse with like bookcases dividing. So I mean, as a kid, I got used to like toning out noise. But I don't know. I guess I just
I mean, look, we all have our things, right?
got like a bitter old man. Like,
I don't know. We all have our things. So
yeah.
And I mean, just speaking to like that situation, even if I can tune people out, I do think it's disrespectful to be speaking in a movie theater or a live theater.
I think it's a principle thing because, like, let's say, I don't know if I've mentioned it on this podcast, but like my serial killer trait is that I love when babies cry on a plane.
What the F?
I never told you this.
Because,
okay, let me explain. So it's the principle of the matter because with people talking in a movie theater, I'm like, you're a grown ass adult. Like, have some respect. And I think it comes back to me feeling like people in Utah are just oblivious of their surroundings, and they think that they all have main character energy, and that like no one like and then it's never self-corrected in a way because the contentions of the devil, so no one tells people that they're rude and so it just bugs me. And this happens very prominently in traffic. Like, people are so oblivious and they'll cut you off or just like straight up not let you in and ride beside you, and you're like, wake up, please. Which we can do.
Wake up, please.
We can do our own episode. We will on my pet peeves about people here, and not even just traffic, pedestrians. Where I live, right here, there's a sidewalk right here. It's a sidewalk, not a road. So stop walking in the middle of it. Okay, sorry. But back to babies crying on a plane. They're babies. Babies aren't adults. They don't know any better. So I actually think it's funny because they don't regulate their emotions, but every person has these same emotions. Like, we're uncomfortable.
Yes.
We're stuffy. We're tired. We want to get off this plane.
We're expressing the emotion we all feel.
Exactly. And I love it because babies are also just so dramatic. And like, they have full on tears coming out of their eyes. And I'm like, that's just mad respect. Like, because I want to do that, but like, I know it's not acceptable. And it is funny to me because it really isn't that big a deal that you're on a plane, but babies don't know what's going on. And they are putting on a show. They're just like, I hate this. Like, and I think it's hilarious. And I think tension. Like, I love attention moments.
And it's getting under everyone's skin.
Yeah, I just love a tensious moment. I do feel bad for the parents that feel that tension. But I love when a baby cries on a plane.
I rarely notice, if I'm being honest. Like I said, great at tuning things out, and I have my headphones in for almost the entire flight.
And that's another thing too. Like, at this point, if you don't have noise canceling headphones and you're on a flight, whose fault is that?
Right, literally.
Yeah.
Well, and they pass. I mean, I guess I don't know if they're noise canceling, but they do pass out headphones at the start of every flight.
Yeah, and they're not noise canceling. I mean, depends on what. I mean, if we're going like Allegiant, they don't. No, they don't. But again, you make your own bed. Like, if you're on a flight, you know what
you know what you signed up for.
You've given up your rights as humans, and you've accepted the rights of cattle.
Right. You signed up to sit in a small room, essentially, in the sky
with
100 other people.
Yeah.
So
that reminds me of when I was we were flying to a foreign country. England. No, I never been to England. Switzerland. I meant to say Europe, but England popped out.
Self-gaslighting.
Yes. Yeah. But one thing I also love, and Kinsley thinks it's disgusting, is I love plain food. Like, food, not like the meals they give you.
I don't eat those.
A lot of people don't. I don't know what it is about a cheap, crappy meal on a flight or in a cafeteria. I'm like, yes. So we're like getting on the flight. I'm like, I tell Kinsley, I'm like, I wonder what they'll feed us. And she's horrified by that thought. And she's like, I wonder if this is conversations that horses have with each other.
Hilarious.
But you really do give up your rights as a human and just become straight up cattle when you're on a flight.
I pack whatever snacks are going to hold me over while I'm on the plane. And I always bring a bottle of water.
See,
and then, I'll take the drinks with no ice. Thank you.
I love
where
it.
all the bacteria is.
I love an international flight with their little meals, and it's like somehow they heat it up. It's magic. How is it heated up? There's no oven up here. It's probably a microwave. Gross. But I love their little meals.
They're always shocked when I say no to the food. They'll usually offer me more snacks if I want them. But I'm like, yeah.
So Kinsley will take 2 bites, and then I'll eat her food. And I'm like, yes. Well, and then, so in the U.S., when you travel within the U.S., you don't really get like a meal, right? You just get snacks and a soda, which I always get like a Coke Zero. And then, but when we had a layover in Amsterdam, from Amsterdam to Italy, I think this was that trip. They gave us like a little sandwich, and it was like an egg salad sandwich, and I was so impressed. I was like, "This is an hour flight," and you're giving it. I was so happy about that sandwich, and Kinsey was like, "Greg, it was a crappy sandwich," but it was good.
Free.
It was free, good. I mean, free,
right?
Anyway,
Included.
I love in-flight meal. Ooh, and then the couple times I've flown first class, and they give you like a real meal. I mean, it's still plain food, but I love it. They give me like a cherries jubilee dessert. I was like,
I will say part of it too, though, is that I'm a very anxious flyer, and so I mean, I'll fly like literally anywhere because it's worth it to me to travel.
Yeah.
But so I am very controlled about what I'm consuming while I'm flying.
Yeah. Do you drink when you fly? Like, do you take?
Sometimes I will a little, like not often. I will say it's more rare, but I will sometimes.
Well. I know my sisters are afraid of flying, and they straight up drug themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they take. Maybe I shouldn't say that on here, but they have like a special pill that a doctor gave them. Probably Xanax.
And like most people do. My dad will have a few Xanax and he will pass out while he flies because he cannot do it.
As I get older, I do like the idea. If I'm like, I'm in a chair in the sky. This is kind of terrifying. There's nothing below me. Freaks me out a little bit, but then I'm like, okay, another movie. Like, just bury that feeling deep in you.
I just have to get lost in something. I'll bring like my Rogue and play video games or watch a movie.
Yeah.
I these last few times I've flown, I've been like, I'm gonna catch up on like movies that people always are like, I can't believe you haven't seen this.
Yeah.
And
flights are the best place to watch that movie that you didn't really want to go see, but it's on the flight, so you might as well watch it. Like,
and I'm really good at downloading a bunch of shit to my phone before I go on a flight.
Me too. It's my biggest fear is being on a flight without anything to watch.
Raw dog it, as people like to call it, which I don't love that terminology.
So Kinsley went on to a flight recently by herself, and I was like, ooh, let me prepare you. So I downloaded all these shows for her, and she's like, thanks, I'm so appreciative. And she came back, she's like, oh yeah, I just read a book. I'm like, I could not just read a book on a flight.
Oh no, I do that too. I need to have like 3 different activities to like rotate.
Yeah, I do bring a book. I've never read a book on a flight, although, no, yes I have. So with me being on my leave of absence, I've gotten into reading.
Nice.
Which is, well, don't just wait. The second I got back to work, I stopped because life is hard and busy. But
True story.
Here's my thing. I'm ADHD. Like, I'm officially diagnosed. And so reading for me is really hard. And listening to an audiobook also really hard. I just zone it out. But, and my family used to kind of tease me for this, not because they're mean. I mean, they are. But also just because I thought it was really funny. But when I read the Harry Potter books, I would read it and listen at the same time.
And that helped.
And it gets me, I can do it so much faster. And I'm like,
okay.
Because if I'm listening, I zone out because I'm not doing anything with my hands. And if I'm reading, there's just too many words and I get caught up in it. But if I'm listening and reading at the same time, I have something in my hands and it helps me follow. It's like, I like to put it this way, is like when you have ADHD. Okay, I thought of this analogy and I thought it was genius. So you see someone riding with training wheels on a bike, like a full-grown man. You're kind of like, that's weird. Like, why are you riding with training wheels? Grow up, you dummy. Learn how to ride a bike like a real man. And I feel like that's what it feels like as someone with ADHD.
He's trying.
Right, but okay, but then I came up with this analogy. But imagine you see a one-legged man riding a bike with training wheels, and you're like, "Oh, that's actually kind of cool and impressive." I like to think of it that way. If like anyone out there who has ADHD, don't feel embarrassed by what you have to do to like feel like, because to me, I could not read a book until I had that in my hand and in my ear, and now I like pound through them like crazy.
I don't physically read as much because I'm a very slow reader, but I love a good audiobook, and I will listen to it at about 1.5 for most books. But I can't sit and I have to be like, I usually listen to them while I exercise.
Yeah, I listen to 2 times speed when it's in my hand. If I get up and do stuff, I don't know what it is about audiobooks or in my car. I immediately zone it out and start brainstorming or like daydreaming of other things. Like they'll say something in the book and then it'll trigger something and then I'll like go off topic. Just audiobooks. Podcasts? No. I can just listen and like be a part of it. But for something about the way books are written, I cannot stay focused unless I have it in my hand. So what I do is I try to read right before I go to bed, just like a chapter of a book.
Nice.
But anyway, on a flight, I always bring a book and never read it. I'd rather just watch a movie. Because I also want to fall. Because here's my thing with flights too. I always do early morning flights, and my goal, and I don't pack until the night before. And what I do is the night before, I try to spend as much time as possible packing, and I go to bed late. Like I'm talking like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I have to get up like at the worst one is I had to get up like at 3.
I do this.
Okay, this is my plan because I can't fall asleep on planes unless I'm just exhausted. So then I will try to get no sleep. I'm basically like abusive parenting myself like a baby. Like you know how they make babies like not sleep before the flight so they fall asleep all enough. I'm doing it to myself. Where I stay up late and then I pack the night before up until 1 or 2 in the morning, get up at 5 in the morning. So like, only 2 to 4 hours of sleep. And then.
So you try to sleep through the flight.
Yeah. And I'm excited because I'm going on a trip. So like I have like endurance. No, what's it called? Like adrenaline. Adrenaline. I'm like, yeah. And then by the time I get on the flight, I start to watch a movie and it'll be like a movie that like I've kind of already seen before. And then I'll fall asleep watching the movie. That's my like plan, yeah.
Because then I don't have to be conscious.
Yes, but I don't drink, so I have to do it myself in other ways.
Yeah, it does help with the sleeping.
Yeah. How do we get into flights? That's an interesting segue we went into. Pride, theater, flights. Okay, we have to go back to theater.
Yes, we actually didn't talk too much about that.
No, we did not. I just complained.
So we saw Fiddler at the Roof in Centerville, which is apparently a Mountain America theater. I thought we were going to go to
Centerpointe.
Like dingy
yes,
community theater, but
they are
quite
community theater.
Nice.
Here's what I've said this before, and now I'm saying it on the record. Centerpointe. I have problems with these professional quality theaters with professional quality productions not paying their actors. Yeah. And they're like, we're the best community theater in the state according duh. Like because you guys, and that was another thing. They have Mountain America sponsoring them, and then in the programs they had a slip for asking for more donations. And then the girl on stage asked for more donations. Like they put a QR code.
5 different ways.
They asked for donations, and I'm like, we paid for these tickets. This isn't free.
And I did submit a donation when I bought the tickets. So
I just think it's tacky.
I forgot they don't pay their actors.
They don't pay their actors.
So
and maybe they do now, but they didn't like 5 years ago.
I also didn't realize. When I donated, I thought it was like a dingy community theater. I didn't realize once we showed up and I saw it was Mountain America and it looked like a mini version of the Hale and Sandy. Yes. I was like, I don't think I needed to donate to these people.
Well, and like I used to work at a professional theater. It was a dinner theater, and like we didn't get paid a lot, but it's the principle. It's getting paid. Like you are providing. You're working a ton of work, and like. For instance, it was a great production.
Like just because you enjoy your job doesn't mean you shouldn't get paid for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the Frumacera, incredible, whoever that actress was, flying through the air. Guys, that is insane. Like the professional theater that I worked at, We only did that during Peter Pan because it is expensive and a huge liability and like insurance and all that.
Yeah.
To do that. So like the fact that you're able to do that at this theater tells me that they got money.
Yeah.
And they need to pay their effing actors. Like
Yeah.
heaven forbid you don't fly through the air and everyone gets paid $100, you know, like
Yes. But then we also saw another show at
Producers.
at
the Grand Theater.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I donated to that one as well, and I feel better about that because even though colleges obviously do have money, no one gives money to the arts. So
No. And like
it's always
I think
the sports ball
I
that
think
gets
it's
it.
good to give money to the arts. I think I just have like there's 2 theaters in Utah that are community theaters, but they're not. And there's actually more than 2. But Centerpointe is like
It's like
one
we
of
saw Urinetown at that like outdoor Murray amphitheater.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You didn't come with us to that?
No. I've never seen
I
Urinetown.
wonder who came with. Because Angie took me because she was like flirting or whatever with the guy that was in it.
Uh-huh.
But I know someone else came with us. Now I'm not remembering who. Interesting. Okay. It was a fun show. It was kind of a weird show, but it was fun.
Yeah, that's what weird. Yeah. No, I think there's a lot of, and I think it's good to support local theater. I think I just have a beef with Centerpointe for them. Well, and that lady, what did you say that she came
Oh
out?
my gosh, she was giving Relief Society. She's like in one of these pioneer dresses that's like popular right now or whatever.
And she was probably in her 50s.
But she was just like, I don't know, talking about the show and like how it's such a good show to remember in times when like it's important to hold on to our beliefs and in a world that's falling apart in 2026. And which actually I did think was funny about how she's like important to hold on to our beliefs, but I actually feel like Fiddler on the Roof is a show about learning to let go of traditions and accept moving forward.
Right.
And like, so it's kind of a contradictory message to what the show is about.
Well, and Fiddler on the Roof is such a good show. Like, it's hard to get it wrong, but people have. I actually saw it at BYU a couple years ago, and they got it wrong.
I will say Centerpointe, I thought did a good job.
It was
I enjoyed it.
It was wonderful. Like,
Yeah.
despite the fact that the people beside me were chattering and that we were the only ones there under 65.
Honestly, like it was a Wednesday night.
Yeah. It was a Wednesday night, and then like the week before we went and saw Producers in Salt Lake at the Grand Theater, which we'll talk about
And
that
there
in a
was a
second.
good mix of people at that.
There was a good mix of people.
Yeah.
This one was like, first off, full. Another reason why I'm like, pay your actors. It was a Wednesday night.
It was a sold out
It
theater.
was sold out.
Yeah.
Sold out, balcony full. We were on the balcony.
Yeah.
And great. I mean, the females, we said, Tevye was great. The rest of the male actors
We're mid.
were like mid. You know, they did feel like more high school community.
Yes.
And then the females were all great. I
Yes.
particularly liked Hoddle. Hoddle? The one who sings. Anyway, I don't know her name.
Their names all sound so similar to me. It's like Hovel and Hoddle and
Zeidel, Hoddle, and Chava.
Hava.
Yeah.
That's it.
The-
Okay, so the middle.
But there's also
who goes
Ho-
off to Siberia. Or,
That's Hoddle, yeah.
yeah.
But it is confusing because then the male who marries Seidel's model.
Oh my goodness.
But I thought she was the Monday. We saw it on a Thursday, actually. I think that's important
We
because.
saw it on Wednesday. We saw the Producers on a Thursday.
Okay, you're right. You're right. So Centerpointe actress who plays Hoddle on a Wednesday. Good job.
Oh yeah, because it switched on
Yes.
Thursday. That's right. They had a double.
I wanted to make sure that the right one gets the right credit. But no, it was really a great production. I saw it at the Hale a couple years ago. That was also a great production. I saw it at BYU a couple years ago. That was not a great production. And here's why. They were all college kids, so they're trying. But there's I guess a glottal stop. Like we know this in Spanish. Like when you say like the jota, like you close the back of your throat and you make like a kind of a sound.
Yeah.
They were doing it so much in that production. It drove me.
so much.
Did they do it in Centerpointe? Because I didn't feel it as much in Centerpointe.
I mean, I think it is throughout the show a lot, but maybe like it was overly done in your
BYU.
production.
It was
Yeah.
like Java. What are you doing with Seitel? And I'm like, you guys are trying. You guys are
No,
trying
I
too
felt like they
hard.
did better in this one because it was more like what's the word? Like it was just more discreet. Like
Yeah, which is fine. But I was like, and then the biggest thing about Fiddler on the Roof, my favorite part is the bottle dancers where they put the bottles on their head, and they were fantastic at Centerpointe. BYU didn't even do that.
Oh,
They just had one person who was a girl dressed like a boy, just doing like jumps in a circle. It was very like
amateur.
yeah, no. Well, they're amazing dancers. That's the thing with BYU. It's been said that like, the musical theater program at BYU produces like you're going to be on Broadway, but you're going to be a fantastic ensemble member. Like they don't produce leads.
I see.
And so all of them are like amazing dancers, but it's just kind of out of place. Like, why are you doing fouettes and Fiddler on the Roof? Like,
yeah, it doesn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, anything else you want to say about Fiddler on the Roof at Centerpointe?
I think not.
Yeah. It was again. It's interesting going to like Davis County after going to Salt Lake County, and just the shift.
Like the ambiance and everything was
It
just
felt very like we just entered the country conservative.
It was like old world Mormon up there.
Yeah. And then we're going to theater, so I just wasn't expecting it. But then we go down, and granted, the show was
like
Fiddler
Utah
on the
would
Roof.
be the one place where theater doesn't feel progressive.
Right. Right. But then in Salt Lake we saw The Producers, which is a little bit more of a risque show, if you will.
And it was in Salt Lake, which helps too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I guess is why you get that kind of show in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you think of The Producers?
I enjoyed it. I'd never seen it before. The movie, live performance, I really didn't know a lot about it even. I thought it was really funny. I think that like I wouldn't say it's my favorite show. I think that like the satire maybe missed the mark for me in some places, and it just felt cringy and wrong. Instead.
It felt, yeah. It's interesting because I think it didn't age well, if you will. Like I think in its time, I had actually never seen The Producers until this show, but I grew up in theater, so I kind of always heard about it, and I grew up with a lot of like performers who were gay, and they loved it back in the 2000s.
Yeah.
And so I think now in the eyes of 2026, we're like it wasn't as it doesn't age well. If you
like
will.
I don't know, like the satire maybe just needs to be revamped or something, because like I could tell that it wasn't supposed to actually like feel negative. It was supposed to be funny, but it just wasn't. Honestly, for like a lot of the gay stuff, I did think that was funny. For me, it was actually most of like the misogyny stuff that I hated.
The casting couch stuff.
I absolutely hated the love interest storyline because of that.
Yeah.
Like it just never felt funny to me. Instead, it felt like, oh God, that is how it is.
And
like
post Weinstein world, it's like, no, this is a serious,
that's real.
That's a real serious thing.
Yeah. So I didn't like it.
Yeah. The casting couch part was not. I mean, this is just the show itself. It has nothing to do with their production of it. But yeah, casting couch, no. The gay part of it, I thought was funny, but I'm like, ooh, like we need to find the worst director ever. Let's get this gay man. It kind of felt like, oh, wow.
It was like too over the top. And,
yeah.
But
and he's like a caricature. Like he is like stereotypical caricature of a gay man.
Yeah.
Which he did a great job. Like, it was funny.
Yeah, it was very theatrical. It was very funny.
Yeah. But it is interesting if you think of the context, because Nathan Lane was like, he's the main misogynistic casting couch guy who is famously very gay.
Yes.
So it almost feels like he's a part of, like, you're a part
Which
of the joke because of
helps
him. Yeah.
With the satire of it all. But that's not how, it didn't have the same vibe.
Exactly. Yeah. But how do you think of this theater's production of it?
I thought it was actually really good. I thought the actors were like all very good. Like, obviously I can be nitpicky about things. Like, there were a few things I was like, well, that's not synchronized perfectly, but like it wasn't anything terrible.
Yeah. The only thing about so I did a show at the Grand Theater, so I do feel a little biased, but I just wish that they advertised better. Like, I'm like, this is a good theater. Like, it's in South Salt Lake's campus of Slick, but the theater is actually pretty cool and like nice.
Yeah, it's a nice space.
It's a nice space, and it's never full. Never full.
Oh, it never is.
No one. I'm like, do people know what it exists?
I say that I've gone to 2 shows there. Speaking of my point.
Yeah, exactly. I was in a show there, and the audience was never full. And that's the thing. It's not just like they do like productions for like a month and a half. They do pay their actors, not very much, but the fact of the matter is they don't sell out very well, and they still pay their actors. So what does that tell you? But I wish they just had better advertising and like kind of came to the table stronger. Because the thing about like the Hale and Centerpointe is that they have very conservative audiences, and I think this theater, like they did the producers, like I think they have more of edgier, like they can do the shows that those places won't do.
Yeah.
And I just wish they advertised better and they had bigger scene. The show, the two main guys were great. They were super good.
Absolutely.
The other thing is the ensemble does feel like it's just the theater department at the University of Utah, which it literally is. If you go through their resumes, it is.
Yeah, it's a lot of people who are just like in the theater program. Yeah.
Right. So that, and with that, it kind of feels not as diverse. It's like they all look like they're 20 years old. So I wish they had a little bit more of like,
just like age diversity or
right. Which is so. I wonder how Centerpointe does it, because they get paid. Centerpointe doesn't, but Centerpointe had, like, I think on like an actor's resume, Centerpointe looks good in the Utah scene, which is why I think a lot of people are really upset about the fact that they don't pay them. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. But our favorite song, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, my absolute favorite song is like the third song or something in the show, but they go back to the accounting firm and they're just like unhappy. And then the way it ends, very, 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 very sad. It's just the best.
Yeah,
it's so relatable.
So relatable. Well, that's the thing. At that point, like, we were like out loud laughing. So
we were like the only
ones. Like, wow, apparently we
that's
thought
most
that was
places.
really funny. Yeah. And the vibe there, which did feel very inclusive.
Yes, it did, and it felt more relaxed. And also, there weren't any technical issues.
Oh yeah, there was a big technical issue at Centerpointe's Fiddler on the Roof, which. Okay, this is crazy.
It didn't seem like they knew how to manage a technical issue.
They're like,
because, like,
hold please.
It just hold please. Well, that was abrasive. And then when they're like, we're going to be taking a brief break or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like,
which I don't fault them. Technical issues happen. Bro,
right.
Do you realize what actually happened though? Is that they started to play this song, like the sunrise, sunset.
Yes.
And it was dubbed.
Yes. Yeah.
So they're not singing their vocals.
No, I know. I was like, after that, I was like, oh, they have like help essentially in the background. Like they're not the only ensemble here.
Yes.
They're being carried.
Yes. Which, like, I think it says something about the production. I will say though, I was in a show that I was in Cats. And because you're dancing so much in Cats, we dubbed our own voices, and then we played our own voices, and we sang with our own voices. And that same thing happened. We had a technical issue, and then it popped up, and it made it seem like that we weren't singing.
We were just lip syncing.
Yeah. So like, I do know that happens sometimes, and I don't judge them for that. I also don't judge them for having technical issues. I saw Lion King on Broadway, and they had technical issues. And it was great because
technical issues happen.
And we had to stop the show.
Just their communication about it was kind of like,
panicked.
I don't feel like you're prepared for.
It was so panicked
for an issue. Yeah.
And honestly, I think it paused for maybe like
Well, and then it was day, and then it was night.
Well, it kind of felt like their entire system just like they had like a blackout and went back up.
Yeah.
So they had to like reboot, and they were trying to find like the lighting cues. So it was like,
oh my gosh,
day night.
And then during that scene of sunrise sunset, like more lights slowly were turning back on, and
they were really trying.
I was trying not to laugh.
And I think it was probably like a minute and a half, which doesn't sound that long, but when you're sitting in it felt like an eternity.
It really did.
Well, and like Broadway, when I saw Lion King, the Pride Rock, I guess, broke, and they were like, "We will be stopping," but they brought the lights up, and it was essentially like It was after the first scene, but it was like basically an intermission. So I got snacks. We came back, and it was fixed within like 15 minutes. But that felt shorter than this show, where you're sitting in dark silence for a minute.
Yeah, just like so.
Yeah, not
But
great.
overall, good show.
Yeah,
Good show.
we support local theater. Keep it going.
Yes.
Maybe pay your actors.
Well, and like Centerpointe, even though they have their actors, I was like, they have a pretty good lineup for this year. I'll probably have to check out more of the shows.
They're doing Dear Evan Hansen, which again,
which I'd be curious to go to.
I wonder if they're gonna like edit out all the cussing, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, based on the energy they were giving, I'd say they will, but maybe they were just giving that energy for Fiddler on the Roof.
Maybe it's just Fiddler on the Roof. Maybe that would be a different scene.
Maybe that's just how they address their Wednesday crowd.
Is there like a senior discount on Wednesdays? Is that what we got stuck in?
No, I wish we got the senior discount.
Cool. Anything else we want to talk about? Local theater, the Grand Theater.
I don't think I have anything else on the theater.
The Grand Theater is doing Next to Normal next year, which is also a heavy show, and so I would love to go see that.
Love that show so much. Definitely one of my favorites. And I remember the first time you took me to see it at UVU.
Yeah, it was the first time I had seen it too.
But I didn't know any. Well, I think you had told me like a really brief description of it, and I thought it was gonna be like a comedy or something.
Yeah, it's not.
And then I was like sobbing by the end of it, and I was like, "This is not a comedy."
I didn't know much about it. I will say one of my biggest Broadway regrets was when I was in high school. I was in New York with some friends, and we couldn't figure out what we wanted to see. I always wanted to see Lion King, which is so basic, right? But I'd never seen it as a kid. I always loved Lion King as a kid. Have I talked about
It is like
this
the
story?
one Disney Broadway show that has like done amazing as well. So.
Yeah, and it was. I mean, I don't know if I've said this. This is a sad story, but poor kid.
Yeah.
The dance studio all went to New York to see Lion King, and we couldn't afford it. So I sat at home, and I had the Broadway cast recording, and I looked as soon as it started at 7, and I sat home, and right at 7 started, I hit play, and I pretended like I was there.
Oh my gosh. Poor little Greg.
I think I was like 10. It was such a sad story. But imaginative.
But very relatable.
I was so imaginative. It's the reason why I'm the way I am now. So I just like had my heart set on always seeing Lion King on Broadway. And so as a teenager, I went with my friends because I was working at that point and I could pay my own way. And I really want to see Lion King. But of course, it was the same friends that I were at the dance studio with. So they're like, we've already seen it. And I'm like, must be nice.
Rub it in.
So we couldn't figure out what to see. And then we see this play in previews. And it was Next to Normal. And my friend, she was like, we should see this. I was like, I haven't even heard of that. She's like, I know. She's like, Greg, it's a preview. Like, we'll see the original cast. Like, if it becomes big, we would see. I'm like, but what if it doesn't become big? And I was like, I was so set. I said,
almost saw it with Aaron Tveit.
Yeah,
oh
I almost saw the original cast, and like tickets were cheap because it was in previews. And I was like, no. And we ended up seeing what had just won the Tony for Best Play, August Osage County.
Oh my gosh.
Not the original cast. So that was a good play to see. But to this day, I'm like, oh, I should have seen the original cast of Next to Normal.
You should have, because really, just seeing the movie August Osage County is good enough.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't know because I haven't seen it live, but I love that movie.
Yeah. No, it was good enough. It's the same.
I feel like I would have rather seen the other one.
Yeah. But, yeah, so Next to Normal's coming. Yeah. We saw it at UVU. I had never seen it before either. I just knew that it was something I missed.
I just cried and cried. Oh, such a good one. And honestly, that probably is the best production I've seen of it still. I saw one in Sacramento in California. I took my sister when she turned 16. And that one was my least favorite production.
Really?
Yeah. The guy playing like the son, the dead son, who's like supposed to be youngish, like 17, 18, whatever, was like a full ass grown man who was wearing
full ass grown man
like, shirts too small for him. And I was just like, he looked he just like a creep.
Yeah.
Like I could not
He's supposed to be
get
16.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you are actually making me feel like you're like a pedophile murderer or something. Like not someone who murders pedophiles, but who is a pedophile
slash
and then murders like the children.
Okay,
I don't know.
Yeah. We saw it
clarify.
though. We saw it here though at the Black Box. Is that what's called the theater at the
at the
Eccles?
UVU.
No, Eccles recently.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and that one too. And that one was also pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good one. And then,
I have only ever seen it in a black box theater. Is that how it's only performed?
No, no, it's performed on stages, but but the set is simplistic like that.
Yeah.
Like you can do it in a black box, and it's only like it's very It's kind of like Dear Evan Hansen. There's only like 4 or 5 cast members in it, so doesn't need to be. It's not about the production. It's about the story and the music.
Boyfriend, doctor, like 6 people.
Yeah, so even we talked about we're gonna watch the London cast, which a very simplistic looking stage. So just easy to do in small places, and so people who do it aren't gonna. When local theaters do it, they might as well do it on a smaller budget kind of thing. Yeah. Great show. Remember we cast it? Did we remember how we cast it?
Ooh,
like if they make a movie right now, who would be in it? I remember.
We do love to cast imaginary things.
We should. We had said that Renee Rapp should be the daughter.
That's right.
She might be. We have to do it soon because she's in her 20s, guys. She can't play 16 forever.
To mom eventually.
But then we said Lady Gaga should be the mom.
She'd be so amazing at it.
Yeah.
And who would be the son? And
I don't remember who else we cast. Yeah.
The
dad. It's too much pressure to do this right now, but.
Could Aaron just be the dad now?
No, Aaron Tveit. I don't like Aaron Tveit.
I love him. How do you not like him?
Okay, I take that back. I don't hate him or not like him. I think he's overdone, if you will. He's like that song you heard so much, so then you don't like that song anymore. But like he's just like the Broadway. What?
I said disagree. I just love him.
Well, he's not diverse. I don't feel like he plays different characters. He's just always the same thing.
Yeah, he was like molested on an episode of Law and Order.
Okay. Okay.
But like, who isn't?
Isn't molested on Law and Order? Was it SVU?
Oh yeah, the only good
okay.
one. Oh yeah. If I'm talking about Law and Order, it's only SVU.
SVU.
So that's a good series.
Yes. No, I think he's fine. I think he's just the Broadway guy, like him and Jeremy Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is my hot take question. As we're ending this episode on Pride Month, we're probably not going to do a admission moment, but hot take: do you think Broadway's homophobic? Oh. And then if you say no, I'll tell you why I think it is.
I guess I wouldn't have thought so. No.
Okay. So I mean, it's not obviously it's Broadway, but there is interesting.
There's lots of gay people on Broadway.
Right, but like I think there is a like, to quote Renee Rapp, sometimes the most homophobic people are the gay people.
That I believe.
So I think there is like an older an older gay population that feels like they prefer straighter people in roles. So then because there's a lot of Aaron Tveit is straight, and a lot of people are saying that they think he's straight, they think he's actually gay, but I think he just says he's straight because his career on Broadway would be much different if he was gay. It's actually harder for gay people to make it big on Broadway.
Interesting.
Jonathan Groff is an anomaly.
I'm terribly surprised.
Because there's Jeremy Jordan. Him and Jeremy Jordan are getting all these roles because they're straight. Why aren't there any Jonathan Groff's really the only gay leading guy on Broadway
right now? Yeah.
Am I wrong?
I mean, I can't really think of anyone else. I guess so. You are right. leading. Of course, there's a ton of gay people on Broadway as replacements and whatever. Right.
But leading male characters, leading people in these shows are usually straight men. They were like Norbert Leo Butz was the original Fierro. He's straight, you know? Like it's always a straight guy playing the lead guys.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. Is there any other gay leading men? The answer is no. So to end this Pride Month, Broadway, stop being so homophobic.
Yeah. Get with the program.
Yeah. Gavin Creel is a openly gay man. He died. Do you know who he is?
I don't think so.
Sad. He was an openly gay guy on Broadway, a leading man, and then he like died just a couple years ago. He was the original Jimmy, Thriller, Modern Millie. He's done much more, but again, a lot of people don't know who he is because he's gay. Like I feel like they all know the straight ones.
Yeah.
So do you? Should we end this on a happier note?
What's a happier note? Is it like an F sharp?
No, just like what did you say? What's her name from Paramore? Like I can't pick out a note.
Oh, I literally can't. Yeah, Haley Williams. I felt so seen when she said that, especially because she's so talented herself. But yeah, to just not be able to pick out. I always say it's because I'm tone deaf, which I'm not actually, but I just can't pick out the note. I need to be given it, and then I can carry it from there.
It's the thing. I think most people, when you hear people say, "I have perfect pitch," that's obnoxious. But I think that
it's usually a lie.
Yeah, right. But usually, what that means is that they can pick out notes. Like what is his name? Charlie Puth, who hears something and he hears things in notes. He's like, "That's a C sharp," and I think, and it is really like an incredible skill to have. And if you lean into it, I think Cynthia Erivo is the same way. Like you do become very talented.
To me, the most annoying part about it is like in my head, it's like I hear the right note, but I can't get it out of my mouth. So annoying.
My thing is, I automatically put songs on my own register, and I'll start singing the way like in my register, and then I'll go sing like I'll think that I've practiced it a ton. And then they'll play like the recording and it's up like 3 keys. And I'm like, oh crap, I haven't practiced this key. I'm like automatically adjusted it to my voice.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, but yeah, without having a custom track, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's it for today.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Utah Pride. Mormons aren't Christian, ? And Broadway is homophobic.
Yeah. So, yay. And sad.
Goodbye.